And to wrap up, Pete, we'll talk about Rangers moving up to Glasgow. Can we have the latest news, please, on Mo Diamande? Because it seems to be that deal was really close to finishing.
Yeah, it's inching ever close to this one. Obviously, it's been held up because of the storms we've been having here in the UK that prevented the player himself making that trip over to Glasgow to do the medical and sign the necessary paperwork. But yeah, Rangers have agreed a deal with FC Noordisland for Diamande around £4.5 million, which is a decent transfer fee that Rangers are paying for the midfielder in this January transfer window. Obviously, he's a player that I don't think a lot of people know a lot about, but he's at a good age, only 22, but he's still got quite a lot of experience. He's played well over 100 games for Noordisland. He's been playing in the Europa Conference League as well, so he's been playing at a good level. Looks an all-action midfielder with good legs, good energy, and someone who can get about that midfield engine room as well. So I'm sure Philippe Clement and Niels Koppen, Rangers sporting director, have been doing their research on him, and it's a decent transfer fee that they're paying for him. So they'll be expecting big things of Diamande, and he looks like a player who's got all the attributes to be a success in Scotland. So it's a big signing for Rangers on top of the loan signing of Fabio Silva. So there'll be two new faces in the building for Rangers, and I'm sure Philippe Clement in an ideal world would like to add a few more as well.
Probably hoping to strengthen that title push. One other name to mention, of course, Pete, Sam Lammers. He got another assist on the weekend against PSV. He's continuing to flourish in Holland. Is there any chance he could return to Ibrox in the summer when his loan move expires? Because quite a few fans have got excited that he's actually performing well at Utrecht, or is it likely that he is going to leave?
I think it's likely that he will leave, but if he continues to perform well for Utrecht and scores goals, it might make Rangers sit up and take notice and maybe think, oh, maybe we should give him another go as well. But it all depends. We know players who have come to different countries that have struggled to settle and maybe not shown their best. Well, we've seen Lammers go back to Holland now, and he's now finding his feet again and finding his form. So a lot of it, as we all know, footballers, it's about confidence. His confidence maybe took a hit early on during his early days at Ibrox, and he wasn't really able to show his best form to the Rangers fans. But he's gone to Holland, and it's a chance for him now to get his career back on track. And obviously, if he does well for Utrecht, they'll be hoping to turn that loan move into a permanent deal. And again, I think it's a win-win for Rangers. If he does well, it puts himself in the shop window and they could maybe get more money for him. If not, he continues to do well and Rangers want to bring him back, he's still their player, so he could maybe have a future at Rangers if he does show that he could step up and do a job for Philippe Clement's side.
Absolutely. Brian King reported a few weeks ago that Rangers had made an approach to sign FC Twente wingback Gils Smal. Are there any updates on this deal, potentially? Any further defenders like they're considering to join the club?
Yeah, obviously they are looking to improve in the fullback areas, left back especially. They've had interest from some clubs in Yilmaz, who could potentially move on. Barisic as well is in the final 6 months of his contract, so he could leave Rangers on a free transfer, and that would be a big blow for Rangers if they were to lose the Croatian for no money. So he's been a good servant to Rangers over the years, but to lose him on a free would be a big blow to them as well. And if they were to lose Yilmaz in this window, they really would need to bring in a left back. So that's why they're looking at the boy from Twente as well. The latest name in the frame is the Leicester left back Luke Thomas, who has gone back to the King Power Stadium in this transfer window after spending the first 6 months of this season on loan at Sheffield United, but Sheffield United were open to cancelling that loan because he wasn't really figuring under Chris Wilder, and maybe I think his first team chances will be limited at Leicester as well. So a potential second loan for Thomas could be on the agenda, and I think he would be a great fit for Rangers. He's a top player. He's played Premier League. He's got real good experience, and I think he would be somebody who would definitely improve that Rangers left back area if they did follow up their interest in him.
And do you expect them to put in a clause in there that they might sign him over the summer potentially, or will this literally just be a short-term deal if Luke Thomas does sign?
Yeah, I think it would just be a straight loan deal. I think he could be quite expensive for Rangers to try and sign on a permanent basis. Obviously, Luke Thomas as well will have the factor probably of Leicester being back in the Premier League next season if they do go on and win promotion from the Championship this season, which they look well placed to do. Luke Thomas, I'm sure, would like to have another crack at the Premier League if he was given the opportunity and try and win his place back in Enzo Maresca's plans at Leicester as well. So I think if Thomas does end up moving in this window, I think it will be another straight loan deal with no option to buy.
You've just watched a segment from Football Insider's brand new podcast, The Inside Track, with me, Lewis Pearce, alongside the guests on the show. Thanks very much for tuning in. Please do give the video a like, comment your thoughts on the topic, and feel free to share on your social media pages. If you want to listen to the full podcast episode, click the link in the description below. Keep your eyes peeled for plenty more content and exclusives here on The Inside Track.